Okay, so what we are going to be creating today is some Laurel Burch cat faces. Now, what you're going to need to do is, the first thing you're going to need to do is find the center of the paper and then go down just a little bit from the center. So you're just going to come down just a little bit. You're going to make your cat's nose. Now, in the video, I'm going to make a triangle for the cat's nose. Now, alternatively, you could use a heart for the cat's nose, but the choice is up to you. Then you're going to draw two lines coming from the corners of the triangle, or if you did a heart, from the sides of the heart, and they need to be even. They need to be the same length. Then I'm going to make the cat's ears. To make the ears, you're going to start in the top left corner. You're going to go up, down, over, up, down, all the way to the other side of the paper, just barely touching the side. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down by the cat's nose, and from that corner of your heart or your triangle, you are going to make a J. And then you are going to do like a backwards J to make the bottom of the cat's face. Then you're going to connect the tail of the J with the ear, just with like a straight line, straight-ish line, doesn't need to be perfect. Now next you are going to make the eyes. Now to make the eyes, you're going to do a curved line, so kind of give a sad face and then like a happy face. So curved line up and then a curved line down. And you are going to make like an ellipse. And now you want to make sure the corners of the eyes actually touch the corners of the cat's face. Then you are going to draw a circle inside of those shapes that you just drew, but you want to make sure the circle touches the top and bottom of the shape. And then you can give your cat some slits for your cat's eyes. You know how cat's eyes have like, you know, the little slits in them, like ellipses. That's what we're going to do there. And you'll be able to color them in later when we color these. So right now I just leave mine blank, basically empty, however you want to look at it. Then I'm going to add the inner ear triangle part to the cat's ears because I want to add that detail. Now, from here, you get to make your own choices on how you design your cat's face, but your cat's face needs to have symmetry. Symmetry means the same on both sides. So as you see, if he has zigzag lines under one eye, he has to have zigzag lines under the other eye. Now I'm doing polka dots. If he has polka dots eyes on one side, he has to have polka dots on the other side. Now my other tip for you would be to go straight across the face and do both sides of the face at the same time. Don't try to work on one half of the face and then make the other half to match, because that's going to be way too hard and too difficult. I would go straight across with my design. So if I start a design on the left side, I keep going, and do it on the right side at the exact same time. So you're just going to make sure that your cat has symmetry, same on both sides, going all the way down. This will also apply to the cat's nose and to his forehead shape. So you'll see as the video continues how I make mine, but use lines and shapes to make patterns. So you can see I've used a zigzag line, a squared line, a bumpy line, a straight line. I've also used shapes like circles, teardrops. I'm using a triangle right now. So just think about different shapes and lines that you want to use to create a pattern, okay? Pattern is anything that repeats. So you can use just about anything you can think of. I've even had students in the past use letters or numbers as designs for their cat's face. So get creative with it. Make sure that yours does not look exactly like mine. I want yours to look like yours, not like mine. So get creative and get original. Now, as you finish doing all of your designs in pencil, I bet you can guess what step is happening next. And the next step is to outline everything with a Sharpie. You got it. Make sure once you've outlined everything with a Sharpie to erase away any pencil lines that might still be there, to just make sure our picture is nice and clean and tidy. Now for the color. We're going to use markers with these because if you remember when we talked about Laurel Burch's artwork, it was brightly colored and there was lots of really intense colors in it, and so we want ours to be brightly colored too. And I just think that markers make the best for bright colors. Crayons are okay, and I'll actually end up using a crayon later on, but for the face we definitely want some markers. So any markers you can gather around the house are going to be great for this. If you have any highlighters laying around, those would be great just to give you guys more range of color. But I'm just going to go through and make sure that you still have symmetry. Now you've done symmetry in the design, but you have to make sure you have symmetry with color too. So I want to make sure that if I did those polka dots blue, I can't do them green on the other side. They have to be blue going all the way across. Also, emphasize the patterns that you've made. You don't want to just color the whole cat's face one color. Boring. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we draw attention to every line, every pattern, every shape that we've drawn by making it a different color, making every one its own unique color, okay? And make sure to practice our rules of coloring, so adding bumpers, coloring in the same direction, and leaving no white spaces. Now, as I finish up the cat, I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do for the background. That's all the space around our cat's head that we made. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Make whatever kind of background you want. Do I want you to just color it all one color? No, I do not. That's kind of boring. Get creative with it. On mine, I thought about it and decided to do some flowers in the background, but you can make any kind of design you want. If you want it to be patterned, say like polka dotted, you could do that. You could have it be zigzag lines. You could have it be striped. You could draw candy in the background or balloons. Really anything you want. Draw whatever your favorite thing is. If you're like, man, I'm really into rainbows, draw a bunch of rainbows in the background. Make it unique, original. Just give me some kind of background. But it's completely up to you on how you want to do it. When you're doing the background, I just want you to make sure that you are doing a neat, tidy, creative job. I don't want it to look rushed. I don't want it to look like it's just been scribbled in to be done so I can be done with this. Take your time and make something that you really like, okay? So I'm just finishing up the background. The background is the one spot where if you want to try to use different materials other than marker for designing the background, you could do, or for coloring the background rather. So I decided to make my flowers colored in with marker, and then the space between the flowers, I wanted it to look different to contrast with the cat. So I ended up using a colored pencil, not a crayon, like I said in the beginning, a colored pencil to fill in that space with just like a light blue color. So if you want to switch materials and you're getting tired of doing markers and you want to do colored pencil background, go for it. That's cool with me. If you want to do a crayon background, awesome. Just make sure it looks nice, neat, tidy, creative, okay?